Hey guys, welcome back to Puppet Lauda, and welcome back to Steam Prison. We are on Enos's route. We are in the Heights. Burger is dead. Wow, that's, oh god. Finn's still down there. We haven't even talked about Finn. What's Finn doing? Is he just like laying around in the dungeons? Like, is he free? Like, what's going on? Nobody knows. But we're going to church with Ines, so let's go.
好都合だ。考え事をするにはちょうどいい。
Sir Ines closed the door behind us and walked quietly through the chapel. His footsteps echoed pleasantly off the walls. I should follow. I approached his broad frame. The air in the chapel was always cool, the atmosphere austere. There was a sense of spirituality and holiness about it that was unlike anything in the depths. For the first time, I truly felt like I was back in the Heights. Sir Ines stood near the front, closing his eyes and folding his hands in an earnest prayer. You must be a devout man, Sir Ines.
いや、そんなことはない。
Oh,
普通か、それ以下だ。
it's kind of surprising. He opened his eyes and looked at the statue in front of us as he spoke.
下界では、ユネ様に祈る心の余裕を失っていたからな。その時の分も含めて祈るため、ここへやってきた。
心の余裕のない時ほど来てほしいものだけどね。
It's like if you went to church and Jesus was just like, hey, like, how's it going? Like, what? I turned around and saw Saint Yoon there. When did he get there?
ユネ様、失礼いたしました。
Sir Ines rushed to kneel, but Saint Yoon shook his head.
そういうのはいいよ。今は他に誰もいないし、気軽にしてほしい。
気軽と言われても。
It's still Saint Yoon. We have to be careful not to offend him.
二人ともガチガチだね。まあいいけどさ。
Why are you here?
それは愚問じゃない？ここは私の聖域だよ。
Saint Yoon tucked his hair back behind his ear and laughed.
朝早くに目覚めたんだけど、やることがなくて歩いてたら、ここへたどり着いた。ただそれだけだよ。お前たちだね。下界から戻ってきた子たちというのは。
That was my neck. Okay, sorry. Clearly been playing too much Steam Prison. Saint Yoon walked up to us, inspecting me and Sir Ines. I've never been so close to him. Before me stood our immortal saint, looking like a young man, or perhaps an older adolescent. In person, he was much more beautiful than the statues and images suggested, filled with energy. Sir Ines seemed even more nervous than me. He looked so stiff that he would have toppled over if I poked him.
自分のことを、ユネ様はご存知なのですか？
軽くね。国で起こることは日々報告させてるんだ。下界から戻れるものは少ないから印象に残っていた。それだけだよ。ハウンズでの任務ご苦労様。お帰りなさい、上界へ。
ありがとうございます。
Startled by Sir Enes's high pitch, I bowed as well. Saint Yoon's warm words moved me, but unlike Sir Ines, I hadn't officially returned. That fact made it hard for me to celebrate.
自分はここへ戻ってくることを悲願とし、日々励んでおりました。帰還することができて、心から嬉しく思います。
そうなんだ。上界を離れたら、私もそれだけ自分の環境をありがたがれるのかな。
Saint Yoon smiled, looking back and forth between us both.
それじゃあ、私は失礼するよ。二人とも、なくしたものを取り戻せるといいね。
Whoa! Whoa! Saint Yoon!
何？どうしたの？
Do you... Saint Yoon... We...
どうだろうね。わからない。 わからない方が楽しいこともある。
Oh my god, he is a
大丈夫。
god.
私は大事な時にしか動かないから。お前はお前の思い描いたまま進むことだ。
What a blessing. I'm not sure, but does he know what we're doing? Did that mean he knew who I really was? Serenus. It looks like he just fell in love with first sight or something. Serenus? What is it?
見たか今のユネ様だ。
Yes, that was Saint Yoon.
あのユネ様、本物のユネ様とお話ししてしまった。
Oh. His eyes were sparkling and his cheeks were pink. You are a devout man, aren't you?
信心は関係ないだろう。ユネ様だぞ。本来自分などが言葉を交わすことのできない存在。ああ、どうすればいい。まだ動悸が激しい。脈も乱れている。
I love this. Sir Ines. I understand. This is kind of cute. You're being weird. I understand how you feel. Just, it is cute, but I don't think that's what he wants to hear, and you're being weird is definitely not what he wants to hear. Okay, let's go with this one. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, citizens normally don't get a chance to speak to Saint Yoon. I understand how you feel.
そうか。そうだな。そうだとも。どうしてお前はそれほど冷静にいられるんだ。ユネ様と言葉を交わした奇跡を何とも思わないのか。
I'm glad I met him, but unlike you, I'm not here as myself. The service he thanked me for wasn't truly mine.
そうか。なるほどな。
It makes me happy that you can be so happy about it, though. Wasn't that nice, Sir Ines?
子供に対するような言い方をされると照れる。自分も冷静にならねばな。
Sir Ines cleared his throat. His cheeks were still pink. Let's stay here until you've stabilized.
笑うんじゃない。あの方は別格だ。舞い上がるのは仕方のないことだ。
Oh my god. Aren't you happy that you got to return now?
なあ、本当にな。気を抜いてはいけないと思うものの、意識しなければ浮かれてしまいそうだ。
Oh, so ridiculous. The sun had finally risen. I could see the light in the corridors. We ate breakfast in the temple cafeteria and went back to our room. We had to talk about our plans.
お前は今日はどうするつもりだ。
Sorry, I haven't thought about it.
なんだと？最初からそんな調子でいいのか？
I didn't know what to say. He was right, and it hurt. I want to go back to my home and look for clues. But it's a fair distance from the temple, and I might be recognized there. Instead, I think it would be better to collect information here in the temple. What about you?
自分は今日はお前に教わった公開会議というものを見に行くつもりだ。
The public session.
なあ、あいつの死には政治家が関わっているはず。一般市民に見学が認められている公開会議なら難なく顔ぶれを確認できる。手がかりを探したい。
I see. Could I come with you? My father was a politician. I could tell you things you don't know. Besides, I might be able to point out my father's friends to you.
なあ、お前がしたいならそうしろ。ただし、目立たないようにな。お前が戻ってきていると知られては、まずい者もいるだろうからな。
Yeah. Yes, I'll remember that. Especially, like, you don't know who killed your parents. Like, what if this person sees your face and they're like, oh, like, you know? The assembly was open to citizens who wanted to observe the public session. We made plans to go there at around noon. My father used to say that the assembly argues about completely meaningless things. He'd taken me once when I was a child. I still remembered it.
そろそろ会議場に着くが、準備はいいか？
Yes, but... Sir Ines looked at me. I shrugged. is it a good idea for us to wear the Hound's uniform? Won't we stand out?
問題ないだろう。この制服がハウンズのものであると知っているのは限られた役人と警察官のみ。他の者には新官員の何かしらの役人としか見えないだろう。何より自分はまだ手続き中であり警察官に復帰していない。勝手に制服を着ることは許されない。
Yes, that's true.
しかし自分はともかくお前は顔なじみもいるだろう。できるだけ顔は見せないように。ただし不自然でない形でな。
Okay, so how do I do that? Do I just like constantly shift back and forth from foreground to background? That's a hard balance to find. Yeah, exactly.
自分の背に隠れていれば問題ない。では行くぞ。
You're just so huge you can cover her entire frame. The assembly was already in session when we passed through the door. We mingled with the others there to observe from the audience. He was right. I remember several people here. Most of them were politicians my father had worked with. Some were distant relatives. That's Lord Fitzgerald. That's her fiance, right? Or ex-fiance? I knew it was him. He was sitting among the other delegates. He must have quit his job as Lord Warner's secretary and become a politician. I hadn't talked to Lord Fitzgerald since our engagement had been annulled. It looks like he's walking his path in life. Life had gone on when I was in the depths. Things had changed. I was happy for him, but it also made me a little sad how much had passed me by. He doesn't have to follow Lord Warner now. He can follow his old path in politics. Fitzgerald Evans. I'm curious to see what life has in store for you. After an hour or so, the assembly went into a short recess. We talked to one another so as not to attract attention. Sir Ines, has this borne any fruit?
それがダメだな。無学な自分には議論の内容が理解できない。この日のためにお前から貴族や政治について学んでいたというのにな。
Oh, I see.
そうだ。学の浅い自分は貴族が政治を動かしていると思っていたからな。
I wouldn't say that's wrong per se. More than half of the politicians here are nobility. The families that had contributed the most politically after the flood had received titles and court ranks, producing the first generation of hereditary nobility. I wish I could be of more use to Sir Ines. He didn't know the details of this case his partner had been investigating. They probably hadn't talked about it to any great length. I'm not sure who knows what here, but we could ask Lord Fitzgerald. What do you think?
フィッツジェラルド。
Yes, Fitzgerald Evans, the young man sitting over there on the right.
ほう、知り合いなのか。
Yes, I used to be engaged to him.
婚約者。
Yes, used to be. It's complicated, but the engagement was annulled. Still, there's no bad blood between us, and we have shared memories. He might be able to help you if we talk to him.
彼はどういった人物なんだ。
Lord Fitzgerald, lives in a different world, or I don't know him well. I don't know him well. I feel like it's just gonna be like, why did you even suggest going to talk to him? Is a well-meaning man? I don't know, because we had like one line with that guy. Let's just say, I mean, she's been hinting that he's been living a different like universe. So yeah, lives in a different world. Yeah. He lives in a different world.
お前にとってもか。
Yes, the nobility has different ranks as well. The Evans are higher in rank than the Testellas. My mother was extremely happy about my engagement to him. Oh, I'm sorry. Anyway, the Evans wield considerable influence with the temple. He would make for a powerful ally.
なるほど。勘で動くことは避けたい。彼を頼りたいと思うが、お前は構わないのか。彼と接触する以上、正体を明かすことになるぞ。
Well, I'd been engaged to Lord Fitzgerald, but we hadn't been especially close. He probably doesn't know that I'm innocent. He might well blame me for what happened. But he's the only one I can rely on. I had to hope that he was going to help us once we explained the situation to him. I don't mind. I'll trust Lord Fitzgerald. He's the son of the speaker, Lord Warner. He would be a powerful ally.
そうか。
Are you worried?
ここは敵地のようなもの。踏み入れた時からずっと不安だ。だが、お前が納得しているのならそれでいい。お前の案に従おう。
I nodded, looking around the room. There are too many other delegates here. We shouldn't make contact now. We can't talk to him yet. We don't know who else is watching.
では閉会後、自分が彼に声をかけよう。どこか静かに話せる場でお前と引き合わせる。それでいいか？
Yes, good. The session should resume soon.
ああ。しかし、議会中の静けさ、なかなか眠たくなるな。自分はきっと政治家にはなれない。
Same. Yes, I know how you feel. That's part of the reason why I didn't want to follow in my father's footsteps. I'd rather do something physical than spend hours here talking.
同感だ。お前は政治家よりも警察官の方が向いていると思う。この先どうなるかわからないが、願わくば共に復職したいものだ。
Yes, I also want to serve again. How come I have like a bad feeling? Eventually, the session ended, and I retreated to the chapel. I wonder if Sir Ines will be able to bring Lord Fitzgerald here. I knew perfectly well that I could trust Sir Ines, but I didn't know all that much about Lord Fitzgerald. I hope it goes well.
本当に彼女はここにいるのかい？
ああ、間違いない。
I know that voice. Lord Fitzgerald.
君はもしかして。
Yes, Krimu Testella. He's kind of tall. I don't remember him being so tall. He's like almost Ines' height.
そうか。驚いた。そんな髪型だから一瞬誰かわからなかったよ。
Heh. Yes, it was unavoidable.
そうか。僕は君の長い髪が好きだったんだけどな。
Lord Fitzgerald reached out and touched the strands of hair falling over my cheeks.
僕らの婚約はなくなったけど、君をずっと心配していた。下界は危険な場所だ。勇ましいお嬢様でも大変なんじゃないかと。
お嬢様？
そう。彼女はお嬢様。どんな立場となっても、その姿、その眼差しは濁ることがなく綺麗で、
You know what this
僕の心を掴んで離さない。
It's reminding me of a certain pasta man. Lord Fitzgerald. I thought he might have changed since becoming a politician, but apparently not. Time had passed, our lives had changed, but he was just as he had been. Lord Fitzgerald was no different to who he'd been before I left.
どうしてここへ？下界へ送られたという話は間違いだったのかな？
Oh, that's a little... I chose my words carefully and looked at Sir Ines.
自分のことは後でいい。まずはお前の事情を説明してくれ。
Alright. I was exiled to the sanctuary district after I was accused of murdering my parents, but I didn't do it. I'm innocent. Sir Ines helped me return so I could prove my innocence.
無実。ああ、思った通りだ。君が人殺しなんてするはずがないと信じてた。
At least we have someone on our side, you know? Like, I mean, Ines is here, but still. Really?
ああ。君のことを知らない者は、あれこれひどいことを言っているようだけど、僕は君の高潔さを知っているから、とても心が痛かった。
Lord.
でも、そうか、無実だったのか。よかった。
He reminds me a little of Finn, that little laugh. I don't know.
ところで、犯人の目星は心当たりはあるのかい？
No, none at all. I can't go to my old home to look for evidence either.
近づけないってどうして？
I may have cut my hair, but plenty of people would remember my face.
ああ、なるほどね。あれから時間が経過してるんだ。新しい証拠を探すのも大変だろうね。
Well, I guess we're gonna stop here. I mean, like, I'm glad that she reached out to him, I guess. Like, if he can help, then that's great. But, like, I don't know. Like, just get a band of people to help Krimu with her frickin' problems. Because who could possibly have killed, like, I guess, like, maybe it's a politician that killed her family, but for what reason? Wait, no, we know the reason! Glissade said, hey, I want her blood, bring her down to me, and then somebody executed them. So that must mean that it's, like, a politics move, right? But why does Glissade have so much power over everybody down? Whatever. Next episode, we're gonna see if old Fitzy Lemonhead can help us more with, trying to find out who murdered our parents.